by reading the abstract. Only must read the article which are very essential. Okay? And number 3, question arises how to identify which article you must include in your research paper, which article you should exclude. You have to fix a criteria on the basis of index, on the basis of citation. कुछ ना कुछ आप criteria करना पड़ेगा. That part also discussed. अभी करूँ. Then you have to arrange the article in chronological order. Many researchers are not doing this. So always try to, when you are writing the literature review paragraph, you have to write the literature chronologically. If your literature belongs to 2020 to 2000 to 2020, start like this. 2000, whatever the literature available, 2000, 2001, like this, right? Then start writing the literature review. Okay. So when I am coming to literature review, nowadays many researchers are using many kinds of literature. This is the two important literature review. Apart from they are scoping review, meta-analysis, bibliometric analysis, many others are there. I don't want to discuss. So, what is the narrative literature review? Mostly the researchers are doing these two kinds of literature review. One is narrative. In the layman's language, it is called traditional literature review. One is the SLR. Nowadays it is becoming fashion, systematic literature review. So I always advise when one start research, you should start with a review paper. If you start with a review paper, automatically it will be very easy to identify the gap. And in this way, systematic literature review help a lot. So we'll discuss in the coming 1.5 hour. What is this? So friend, what is narrative literature review? And when it is suited to a research scholar? When a researcher wants to collect broad overview on a particular topic, then narrative literature review will suit. He wants to expect comprehensive summary on a particular topic, and that's why it is quite useful for the early research. That's why it is called traditional literature review, right? So, apart from that, when I am coming to the literature review, systematic literature review, before SLR, we used to call to write a review paper. Now, in a sophisticated language, we are saying it is a SLR. So what is a review paper? Then I will come to the SLR. SLR is quite technical things, you have to apply. Review paper means a review article or a review paper is based on other published articles. It means here the author trying to gather opinion of different researcher on a particular topic. That's why it is called review article. It means here researcher is not contributing anything new to the existing field. Rather, he is just gathering and synthesizing the information and findings of others in one platform. In one platform. That's why it is called review paper, right? Of late we used to write the review paper. Recently I published a review paper also. Okay? Then question arises, why review paper, SLR paper nowadays? Good journals are published. What benefit they are getting out of it? Just to think. You are a PhD scholar or you are a research scholar. You want to collect as much as literature. अगर एक पेपर में आपको 200 लिटरेचर का सिंथेसाइज इंफॉर्मेशन मिल गया, नो नीड टू रीड remaining 200 papers. And once you are reading the papers, you have to cite that paper. If you cite, the journal citation will increase. So nowadays, if a journal is publishing 20 articles, out of 20 articles, at least 2 to 3 articles they are publishing SLR paper. Now the review paper is gone. In modern era, we are calling it as SLR, systematic literature review. So before I come to SLR, let me discuss few about the review paper. Alright? So how to write a review paper? So when you start writing a review paper, certainly you have to decide a topic. So how to decide a topic? That is a very interesting question before a researcher. मेरे को पता नहीं where to start. मैं कहाँ से start करूँ? Always try to select a topic on your own interest. जिसमें आपका knowledge है, वही topic decide कीजिए. Broad topic, I am talking about broad topic. Then try to connect that broad topic to your current phenomena. What is happening in the world? Suppose one's area is marketing. Person is from management background. उसका marketing area. He wants to research on marketing. By marketing बहुत काम उसका. Where he will find क्या? Recently कुंभ मेला हुआ. I'll connect marketing with the कुंभ मेला. You can go for religiosity in marketing. Is there any religious some kind of impact, some kind of pressure on the marketing? Yes. Yes. So you can explore in this way. When you are deciding the topic, that should be broad topic. ये आपका area का interest area होना चाहिए. Then try to connect that area with the current event. Then only you can be able to find the gap. Selecting a topic is a major task before a researcher. वो समझ में नहीं आता where to start, कौन subject लूँ, right? Then look for a gap, right? So then start searching literature from various databases like PubMed, Google Scholar, Scopus, Web of Science, and many. Then organize and screen the literature, and then analyze and synthesize the information. This is the true story of a review paper. Only 3 sections are there: abstract, introduction, result and discussion, conclusion. Okay. Now the fashion is gone. Fashion is gone about the review paper, narrative literature review. Now in the today era, people are talking about the SLR. What is SLR? SLR is the systematic literature review. So as I said that, though there are many kinds of literature reviews are being followed by many publishers, many others, 2 traditional literature review which are existing right now, narrative and SLR. First you must know what is the basic difference. Then you come to the process. When one is doing narrative literature review, he is reviewing literature for about 5 to 10 years. Last 5-10 साल में जो अच्छा से पेपर है उसको ले लेता है. However, again I am saying there is no protocol, there is no hard and fast rule. It is believed that if one is starting with SLR, there should be sufficient paper must be available for the last 20 years. Then he can go for a SLR on that topic. It means if it is a new area, he cannot start SLR. SLR नहीं कर सकता. It's a protocol for the SLR. That's why it is called systematic literature review. Right? So there should have sufficient papers over the last 20 years. In the narrative literature review, we used to have 10-15 literature in a research paper. However, in SLR, it is believed that at least 200 paper needs to be synthesized. At least 200 papers. And that 200 papers you have to select as per the systematic procedure. That part I will discuss. And in narrative literature review, researcher can be biased. Whatever information available, whatever literature available, उसी को ले लो काम चला लो. But in SLR you cannot be biased. The researcher cannot be biased. Here the researcher have to give sufficient justification why he has included X article, why he has excluded a Y article. Now you are getting difference. Okay? So then that is an example of narrative. For example, in the narrative review, a student will write banking in India has a phone pay and kind of technology going on. Many researchers like Sharma, Patel, Khan says digital lending is growing rapidly. Customers are happier now. This is, if you are using this kind of language, it is called narrative review. Or you can say, you can ask your friend, do you watch this movie? Yes, I have watched this movie. What is your rating? What is your review? This is called narrative review. That you are asking for a particular movie. When you are asking your friend, look, this is a bunch of movie in this area. What is your view? You rate which movie is good one, which movie is 1, 2, you give a ranking. This is called SLR effect. Right? So in SLR, what students write? We search Scopus Web of Science for papers between 15 to 23 using keyword digital lending and credit risk management. From 365 article, 42 met inclusion criteria. Results show 3 times. Blah blah blah. It means SLR is having certain procedures, certain protocols, right? Then how to write it? How to write it, right? Let me explain. You can say that a narrative review is like writing a story from a random books, but SLR is like a scientific audit of research papers. You have to document each and every step. Why it is happened, why you have included, why it is excluded. You have to document. Editor will ask in each step. Okay? So then what is systematic literature review? The definition says a systematic literature review is a structured, methodical process for identifying, evaluating and synthesizing all available research study on a specific topic or on a research question. This is called systematic literature review. So here, systematic literature review will address a well-defined research question. You have to identify a research gap systematically by reading or collecting top-class journal. Might be published, might not be published. You cannot be biased. Whatever research available on that topic, you have to collect it. It might be from journal, it might be from books, it might be from conference proceeding. You cannot be biased. The first definition of SLR. Author cannot be biased. Whatever literature available, he has to first collect. It might be thousands. It might be thousands. He has to narrow down further. So this is the definition of the SLR. Clear? Okay. Then question arises. When one should use SLR? I can advise a PhD scholar, a new researcher should start with a SLR paper. Because here no techniques you require to pursue or write a SLR paper. Right? So when to use SLR? SLR one should use when there are a lot of literatures available on a particular topic. Or else, वो लड़की बोली मैं PhD स्कॉलर हूँ, ठीक है? You want to research on a particular topic, तुमका सुपरवाइजर बोले बेटे जाओ, go to library and collect literature. अभी हम कर रहे थे ना, एक database में 90,000 आर्टिकल था, 90,000 आर्टिकल. So you get confused. Will she include all the 90,000 articles in her PhD thesis? Not humanly possible. It will take, जिंदगी मर जाएगी तब तक नहीं हो पाएगा. तब तक तो ऊपर चले जाएंगे 90,000 आर्टिकल रिव्यू करने के लिए. Got the point? So in this way, SLR is helpful. SLR is helpful. So when there are volume of research, SLR is quite helpful. Number 2. If SLR, one is doing SLR, it is very easy to find the research gap. Right? So in these two ways, SLR is useful. When SLR is not useful, if the topic is very deep, you cannot do SLR. Right? If the topic is new, if the topic is very vague area, it is very difficult to do SLR. Right? So don't use SLR if the topic is new. Right? So, friend, SLR as name says, a collection of set of studies related to a specific topic, reviewing all the studies. Again, I am saying might be published, might not be published. Either it is from the conference, seminar proceeding, whatever it is that is available, you have to study and analyze their result. Right? So then what it is? The protocol says that SLR means at least 200 article units to be reviewed over last 20 years. This is the first definition of SLR. Then you have to analyze it, then you have to summarize it. Right? If you are analyzing that quantitatively, it is called meta-analysis. This is another kind of SLR. Right? So it means SLR is collecting literature over last 20 years and analyzing them and then reporting it what has happened over last 20 years on a topic. Last 20 साल में उस टॉपिक में क्या काम हुआ, कितने काम हुआ, क्या ओपिनियन है, whatever be, you have to provide. Right? So then, why SLR? SLR will provide a comprehensive review, it will help in identifying the research gap, and moreover, it will be easy to find a weakness in methodological in the research methodology. Right? Okay. When this concept came to the world, in 1970s and 80s, first SLR started for the medical discipline. SLR पहले ये medical discipline लोगों ने start किया. It was first applied for the medical discipline and healthcare discipline. Right? Why? Because lot of opinion. Many doctors having their many opinion. How to synthesize, how to summarize their opinion. That's why they started SLR. Nowadays it is being expanded in 2000, particular 2020 के बाद ज़्यादा famous हो गया. To social science, education, management, computer science, engineering, all kind of discipline. And nowadays there is a predefined rule. We are using Prisma for the SLR. I will discuss what is Prisma. Right? So what are the process of SLR? What are the process? Step by step approach. Let me discuss. Process is very long. When you are writing a SLR paper, determine the research question, assemble the research team, determine if there are any registered or published systematic review on your topic, develop and register the protocol for the study, develop a comprehensive strategy, search strategy, that is inclusion and exclusion criteria, select the studies or include based on the predefined inclusion and exclusion criteria, extract and analyze data. The 7 and 8 and 9 steps are meant for the meta-analysis. So far as SLR is concerned, up to the 6th step. So I'll focus today only SLR. Meta-analysis again, it will go another 2 lectures. Right? So I might touch some bibliometric analysis if time will permit me. So the step one I said that determine the research question. The first step. When you are determining the research question, that research question is very specific, proposed and answered. The first important task, you have to determine a research question. How? How? Mostly the research questions you cannot frame अपने आप नहीं कर सकते. You have to use a technique which is called PICO framework. PICO, P-I-C-O. P stands for population, I stands for intervention, C stands for comparison, O stands for outcome. आजकल PICO जो हो गया, S लग गया, S stands for study design. So let me discuss how through PICO you will formulate a research question. PICO mostly employed or applied in the health and science students. Now management and social science students are also using PICO for SLR, right? But it is you have to decide a topic where lot of literatures are available over the last 20 years. Then you have to search literature. When you will search literature, various databases are available. Out of that, at least one important database you must cover, either Scopus or Bibhu Science or ProQuest and Google Scholar. And Google Scholar. Many others are there, but at least 3 databases is required by the author to search whatever literatures are available, right? Then define the research question by using PICO. Define the research question by using PICO framework. मैं 2-3 research question आपके सामने PICO के थ्रू में फॉर्मुलेट करूंगा प्रैक्टिस के लिए. For example, I said that P stands for population. Population means you have to ask yourself who are the involved. I stands for intervention, which is called interest. Ask yourself what are they experiencing by applying some intervention. Suppose I am giving lecture, sir intervene. Ask question, why it is happened? It is called intervention. C stands for comparison. What are the alternative methods are available? And O stands for the outcome. Right? What is the result? It means P for the how does, and C means compare, O means affect. Okay, anyway. So I said that PICO was first applied in the medical discipline. Now it is being applied to all kind of disciplines. Then how to determine research question, what are the steps? That is a scientific procedure. Being a new researcher, first you have to identify a topic. Your topic might be education, mental health, technology, healthcare, etc. Any discipline. You can simply raise a question among yourself. Suppose you are interested in how psychological method reduce stress in students. You are an educator. You are a teacher. Suppose आपके मन में आया how psychological method reduce stress in student. कोई psychological method क्या student stress को reduce कर पाएगा? Let me explain through a PICO. First, I will give a healthcare example, then I will give a other example. Suppose your question, research question आपको मन में आ रहा है. Does online cognitive behavioral therapy reduce depression compared to face-to-face therapy among others? एक ऑनलाइन थेरेपी होता है, एक फेस टू फेस थेरेपी होता है. आपको मन में आया कि इज देयर एनी इम्पैक्ट ऑन बोथ ऑफ देम? Then you have to use PICO framework to formulate the question. देखिए, as I said that P stands for population. किसको examine करना चाहते हो? You want to examine the adult population who are suffering depression. This is your area. This is your area. I stands for intervention. Here impact you will find. I stands for intervention, alternative mode. Then C stands for comparison. Online versus face to face. O stands for output. What is the result? Look at it here. Now the SLR question frame. In adult with depression, how effective is online CBT? I compared to face CBT. Comparison. In reducing depressive symptoms. This is called. I want to show a paper. Yeah? Online exam. Escape. And now.
आपका नीचे ब्राउज़र